I know the lighting isn't very good, but it is sunny today a little bit, and I kind of want to enjoy the sun while she is, because she will be leaving us in a little, honestly, probably just a few days or weeks. It should be, yeah. In a couple of weeks there won't be sun on my wall, so I'm gonna not pull the curtains today. So this is gonna look really silly. But hello! Góðan daginn! Welcome to the Project Pal. My name is Gunnhildur and I'm an Icelander, live in Iceland, and this is my podcast, vlog, chatty type of thing called the Project Pal, because I have projects and they are pals. I talk mainly about yarn, about knitting and crocheting, anything I'm working on, planning to do, or that I finished. Look it! I also talk quite a bit about the weather because, hey, then I have something to talk about. Also, so last weekend I was gloating about how there's nothing to hear about from Iceland because there's no volcanic activity, no earthquakes, no nothing. Right as I'm filming and uploading that, guess what? There's another earthquake symphony. Don't know what it's called in English, but yeah. So there's that. I probably should not talk about earthquakes in Iceland because they are going to happen anyway. Yeah, there's one of the glaciers, I cannot remember which one it is now, that is having a slight activity, so there might be some little bit that runs of melted water from underneath, so but it doesn't appear to be anything major, like, so it's basically just business as usual. Volcanoes, I think Hekla is as usual being her bubbly, cheerful self. So Hekla, in case you don't know, is one of the major volcanoes in Iceland, and she's due, and she's a big one. Is Hekla? No, it's Askja that is chaotic. Hekla is pretty predictable. Like, she's powerful, but she has her pattern, so she's a bit scary, but at least we know with that one what to expect. Askja, on the other hand, another volcano that is coincidentally closer to me than Hekla is. Askja is chaotic. So there's that. Business as usual. We might have another active volcano. We are going to have another active volcano one of these days. We just don't know when. Hey. But yeah, what I do know is that I haven't been half as active as I was planning to. It's been one of those weeks. Haven't really been reading a lot. Haven't really been knitting or crocheting or writing even. Just one of those days. Oh, yeah, those weeks. But I did go to knit night because now that they're on again, I'm like, I am not skipping that. So I did do quite a bit more on my balaclava. It's such a funny word, balaclava. I've got, hang on, so I know I'm supposed to knit 40 centimeters. And I was really pleased with the amount that I did manage to make on knit night, because I was kind of, you know, when you have one of those weeks when you're just like, actually being able to sit down and knit and managing quite a bit is just, yeah, I'm up to 27 centimeters. And that would be about, let's see, 10.5 inches and a bit. So yeah, that is nice. At least I managed to do that. So that means I've got 13 centimeters to go. And look, I'm just on the first skein of yarn. So according to the pattern, I believe I should be using like 3. On the other hand, I mean, this is my first one, so we'll see how it actually turns out. It might be, I might need to go down half a size on the knitting needles, like go from 4 down to 3.5, and from the 3.5 down to 3. See? Because I do have the more yarn in a different color, like I showed you last weekend, and so I do have enough to get started on the second balaclava right away. So yeah, I hopefully will have two to use this coming winter. So it's always like in the winter time, or beginning of winter, you are always like, there is, it's so hard to try and figure out what the winter is going to be like, because it might be hard, it might be not, it might be really stinking cold, or it might just be something. We might have a lot of ice, or we might have a lot of snow, or we might have nothing. It's, yeah, so I just really want to finish the balaclava and do the second one, and then finish that scarf and do the second scarf that I've been planning to make. I think I have all the colors for that one. Yeah, it's a lovely colorful one made in I think it's called Fisherman's Rip. I don't remember ever having done that before, so I'm really excited about that. So yeah, and I probably should get to learning how to make like mittens and make some more hats, because I like having choices when it comes to wintertime. Other than that, I literally have not made any more progress on my glassware. But it's so soft. It's so soft. Yeah. Like I said, no progress. But I've been thinking positively. But yeah, some days, like I said, some days you can just do so much, and then other days you're just like meh, and that's okay. I do want to link. What was that I found? I was on Pinterest last night, and someone had pinned something about the Victoria and Albert Museum, and something about old patterns from the 1940s that were free during the World War II. A lot of history, of course, in the British Isles, and one of the things was that people back home were doing a lot of knitting for the soldiers and prisoners of war. So they did a lot of knitting, like clothing and socks and hats and balaclavas and all that stuff. That's what was needed. And so the government apparently gave out a lot of free patterns, and those patterns are available on the, I believe it's Victoria and Albert Museum on the webpage. I did find it, and I should have it on my computer, both in my history, and I did save the link. So I need to remember to link it down below, because some of those patterns are just kind of cool, not gonna lie. Some of them are very interesting, like the woman's gloves, because the arm part is really long, and I am really fond of that, because obviously being in a cold area, having the arm part long is really nice, because most of the time when you're like buying gloves anywhere, they barely cover your wrist, and when it's windy and you're just like but yeah, there's that. I do feel like there's another what was the other thing? Oh yeah, actually today is the 23rd of October, so yesterday, following that logic, was the 22nd of October, and the 22nd of October is the first day of winter. So according to the old Icelandic calendar, which was moon calendar rather than the the calendar that I think most of the world uses nowadays, that's based on the sun. The the old calendar was based on the moon, so we had like 13 months, I can't remember which old month was starting now. I think I have it written down somewhere. It was... No. Fui. Hang on. So yeah, the first day of winter and first day of Gormánuður. Don't ask me what Gor means. I'm not really sure. I just know that it has something to do with winter. But yeah, I really like when the old months are at the very least remembered, and when you honor the old days and old customs. So my household, on the first day of winter, we always have a kjötsúpa. This is you know, the Icelandic version of a goulash soup, I think it's called. Basically, you got like meat and you got carrots and type of cabbage and what in the world do you call it? Gulrótur. It's root vegetables basically, and it is really warm and it's really good and it's really nice and warmed up. And yeah, yeah, it's a traditional like homey warm food. So what was the other thing? Yeah, I have a confession. Two actually. First off, on Knit Night I found out about a pattern that a friend of mine is going to be making for her daughter, and another one kind of like elbowed me and said, "Oh, that's more your, that's really your style, isn't it?" I'm like, teenage style. I mean, not gonna lie, it's something that I do like, so I did buy the pattern. But it's really cute, and it's made like out of double. You hold, I believe, 2 threads of cotton, hold that together, and then you knit on like a 50mm, which coincidentally is the second size of knit needles that I will be using with the Glasso. But it's these ones. Since I already have this size of knit needles, I can, you know, do that. It's very open, and it's really interesting at some point when you're making like the more open parts of the sweater, you actually like twist the thread that you're holding twice around the left knitting needle, and then you knit, and so you end up with really open, and it's like, okay, well, that's interesting. Mind you, looking through that webpage, I did see another pattern that I really liked, so I bought that as well. Like I'm really fond of saying I don't need any more patterns. That's BS. When you see a pretty pattern that you like and you know that you can definitely make and you can afford it, get it. Mind you, the second confession, I put an order with ice yarns last night. And I can't even blame any of you guys. I know that someone was really kind and mentioned to me about some more colors in one yarn. But I'm putting the blame fully on ice yarns. I mean, it's not like I asked them to inform me about the baby batik when there was more colors. Nope, not my fault. But yeah, I was checking my email last night and noticed that I'd gotten one from Ice Yarns regarding the baby batik, because I think that I I definitely made some of my baby blankets out of some of those yarns, and they have new colors in the baby batik, and I really fell in love with some of the colors, so I may have ordered enough to make like 4 blankets. and I don't regret it. I also bought some yarn that would be nice for, what was it? Was it mohair? Oh, I think it was a mohair print. Really lovely colors. Would be, of course, nice for a scarf or a shawl or pullover or something. I don't know. It looked nice. I'm already placing order. And I did order a cotton in a really lovely color, because of that pattern that my friend is gonna make for her daughter. And I then bought my own copy of the pattern because I like the look good. Do I need more? No. Am I getting it? Yes. So it just feels kind of silly, but it's like cheerful silly because I'm trying my best to work on the project that I'm already working on, and having one of those weeks where it's just like, and which is fine. I will get these things done. I would really, I want to get this one finished though before I have like a week and a half, I would say, because I would also need to get it, cleaned and all that. Because I would really love to have it done before the trip to Reykjavik, and it should be. I should be able to finish it. We'll see. We'll see. Because I really don't like putting deadlines on myself when it comes to hobbies. It's like I'm doing this as a hobby, and I don't want to treat it like a job. I already have a job. That's stressful enough. So the other thing is that my brain just isn't doing the things that I wanted it to do, mainly because we're nearing the end of October, and I'm participating in NaNoWriMo in November. That is the National Novel Writing Month. This is a challenge to write 50,000 words in a month in a single project. I participated for the first time last year, and it was a lot of fun. And I really want to participate again, and I'm going to participate this year as well. But like, I do have an idea that I'm gonna work on. I just don't have a story. I don't really have characters. I don't really have a plot. I have the germ of a beginning idea and nothing else. A couple of ideas, but like, that's it. And I'm like, that's just not gonna be enough to write 50,000 words. I need a bit more of a plan. So my brain is a little bit preoccupied with that and getting stuck in not knowing what we're gonna be doing. So need to work on that so that my brain realizes that it's okay. And because the fun part about like doing this type of thing is that I don't need to know everything, because I'm discovering, I'm finding out, I'm figuring out what story I want to tell. So it's stressful, but it's really exciting, a lot of fun. And yeah, I would prefer having some kind of like lifeline to hold on. So need to make that lifeline. So that is my brain. This I love it. Life is really good though. It is really, really good. Like, speaking of the weather, it's been just great. It's been chilly, it's been borderline cold. The mountain tops have been white. But all things considered, like, it's been really, really calm. There's been barely any wind. So the ocean has been just so still. It actually has been so still that like the absolute top layer, it can form like this oily type of substance if it's really, really calm. Most of the time, like, you have any type of like waves or choppiness or anything. It doesn't, you can't see it, it doesn't really form. But it has been doing that for like days. And it's just, it's really nice having a calm day. Just days and days and days is really, really nice. It's also nice having the sun. Whee! So yeah, but yeah, like I said, I'm not pulling the curtains because this lovely lady is going to be leaving us in probably 2 or 3 weeks. And then I won't see her again until January, February, if the weather is nice. So yeah. Haven't really got anything else to chat about now. It's like, well, that's fine. Hopefully I'll have more to talk about next weekend. Hopefully, because then I should be done with the prep for Nano, and I will probably be like, what in the world am I going to do about the weekend after that? Because then, yeah, dear Lord, then I'll be going to Reykjavik. I will be in Reykjavik in 2 weeks. That's gonna be so weird. But yeah, I'm gonna call it quits here today because my brain is like, actually, look, I had a haircut and coloring yesterday morning. And it was so nice. Finally getting to just sit down and chat with my hairdresser, and she got so, it was so nice. Because she got the opportunity to just talk, and I really love being able to do that for her and for people. Learning how to listen and just be an attentive listener and giving people the opportunity to just talk and not be judged. It's just, it's so nice being able to give that to people. Mainly because I have such horrible memory, I cannot remember what we were talking about, so I can't tell anyone else what we were talking about. I cannot breach confidentiality because I can't remember what we said. So one good thing about having sometimes memory issues, one of the bright points is that I can tell on your secrets because I can't remember what your secrets are. But yeah, I'm gonna call it enough for this weekend. I've already done the vacuuming for the apartment, and I've started on the laundry. I need to finish the laundry, and then I need to change my bedding, in case you're wondering what else I need to be doing today. But it is kind of nice having like just Saturday off completely. I like having Sunday as a catch up. Complete, or as much rest as I can get on Saturday, and then do things on Sunday. Yeah, it's turning out nice. See, that will be enough for me this weekend. I hope life is as good to you as it can possibly be, and I'll see you again in the sun next weekend. Okay, take care. Bless.